Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Channa Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Channa Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Channa Vallabha Yashodanandana Brajachana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajachana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Channa Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Gopi Channa Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajachana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajachana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Shri Radha Madhava Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Nitai Gaur Brahmanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
If you like, you can sit more to the front on the bright side.
Dann brauchen wir nicht, ja. So everyone speaks English, yeah? Spricht jemand kein Englisch? Ha? Wer spricht nicht Englisch? Balaram. Wer spricht denn kein Englisch? Oh. Okay. Ja. Okay. Dann hier die Bhagavad-gītā. Welchen Vers haben wir? 75. Hast du gesagt, ja. Nun denn, also, we are reading from the Bhagavad-gītā, and we read from the 18th chapter. It's the last chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, and we read text 75, which is also almost the last verse of the whole Bhagavad-gītā. So in the next couple of days we are through, because every evening we read a verse from Bhagavad-gītā. So Bhagavad-gītā is 700 verses, so almost, let's say, 2 years we were reading like this. So probably a bit more. And our through now will be through. So Bhagavad-gītā is a very valuable book, very important book of wisdom, of knowledge, of spiritual knowledge. Subal, da draußen wird noch rumgequatscht. Ist ein bisschen laut. Yes, you can close the door. Kishore, guck mal, dass die Tür zu ist. Weil es so laut im Gang. Es halt immer so. And it's actually a philosophical text, but it's also a religious text. It's a book where divine knowledge is revealed. And this is very handy, very helpful for us humans, because an intellectual person or a person who is a bit more open-minded is searching for answers in life. Right? We are searching for answers. We are aware that life itself and the world is posing lots of questions. Yeah, it's not everything simple and easy to understand. So only someone who is not really aware of its surrounding of the world and his life might think, oh, everything normal. Nothing to ask, nothing to think about, it's normal. Why shall I think about anything? Most people will understand there's something to discover. I shall discover something, but we might not know what it is, but there's some feeling, there must be more to life, right? And of course, through religion in general, there is an hint towards that. Yeah, there's way more actually. But to understand what all that is, the Bhagavad-gītā is very practical, very helpful. It gives a very good system, a very good answer for this, life's questions. So we read now this 75th verse. Vyasa prasadat shrutavan etat guyam aham param yogam yogeshvarat krishnat shakshat katayata svayam. By the mercy of Vyasa, I've heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Kṛṣṇa, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. Purport. Vyasa was the spiritual master of Sanjaya, and Sanjaya admits that it was by Vyasa's mercy that he could understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This means that one has to understand Kṛṣṇa not directly, but through the medium of the spiritual master. The spiritual master is the transparent medium, although it is true that the experience is still direct. This is the mystery of the disciplic succession. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear Bhagavad-gītā directly, as Arjuna heard it. There are many mystics and yogis all over the world, but Kṛṣṇa is the master of all yoga systems. Kṛṣṇa's instruction is explicitly stated in Bhagavad-gītā, surrender unto me. One who does so is the topmost yogi. This is confirmed in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Yoginam api sarvesham. Narada is the direct disciple of Kṛṣṇa and the spiritual master of Vyasa. Therefore, Vyasa is as bona fide as Arjuna, because he comes in the disciplic succession, and Sanjaya is the direct disciple of Vyasa. Therefore, by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjaya's senses were purified, and he could see and hear Kṛṣṇa directly. One who directly hears Kṛṣṇa can understand this confidential knowledge. If one does not come to the disciplic succession, he cannot hear Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, his knowledge is always imperfect, at least as far as understanding Bhagavad-gītā is concerned. In Bhagavad-gītā, all yoga systems, karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga, are explained. Kṛṣṇa is the master of all such mysticism. It is to be understood, however, that as Arjuna was fortunate enough to understand Kṛṣṇa directly, so by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to hear Kṛṣṇa directly. Actually, there is no difference between hearing directly from Kṛṣṇa and hearing directly from Kṛṣṇa via a bona fide spiritual master like Vyasa. The spiritual master is the representative of Vyasadeva also. Therefore, according to the Vedic system, on the birthday of the spiritual master, the disciples conduct the ceremony called Vyasa Puja. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. So, Hare Krishna. As we now finish the Bhagavad-gītā, I want to not summarize the whole text, but at least give you some of the main points of the teaching of Bhagavad-gītā, especially through a Vaishnava point of view. Right? Not only Vaishnavas were studying and commenting Bhagavad-gītā, but I would really say that Vaishnavas have the best understanding of Bhagavad-gītā. And I don't say this only because I'm a Vaishnava too. But when there are verses in the Bhagavad-gītā where Kṛṣṇa explains himself to be the Supreme, even being the source of the impersonal force, like in the 14th chapter, in the end he says, Brahmano hi pratishtaham, amrita syavya vyasya cha. Brahman, the energy, right, the divine. Pratishta, the grounding, the base, aham, I am. I am the base of the Brahman. And also in the Brahma Samhita this is explained, that actually the effulgence of Kṛṣṇa, Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Chagadanda Koti Kotisha Shesha Vasudhari Vibhuti Binam. In this verse Kṛṣṇa explains that, actually Brahma explains that the effulgence of Kṛṣṇa is this what some, especially impersonalists, call divine, God, the Brahman. But it's the Brahma Jyoti. It's a Jyoti, it's a light, it's emanation, coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. And also in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam prameti paramatmeti Bhagavan iti shapyate. The wise who understand the absolute truth have concluded after studying and after realizing it, that this absolute truth is advayam, it's not dual, it's one, but consists of three features, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So these three features are the Supreme. And Bhagavan is the Supreme, the highest feature of it. Bhagavan means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Purushottama. Bhagavad-gītā also speaks about Purushottama, Purusha Uttama. Because we are all Purushas, we are all persons, but there is a Purushottama, a Supreme Person. And Kṛṣṇa says in Bhagavad-gītā in 7.7, Mata sarvam pravartante, Mata paratarang nanyat kinchit asti dananjaya mai sarvamidang protam sutre maniganaiva. There is no truth, no entity, nothing higher than me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So this is quite clear. And there are many verses, Bhagavad-gītā 700 verses, and in so many Kṛṣṇa explains, I'm the Supreme, sorry to say, what can I do? It's like that. And he even says that those who think that I am manifest out of something impersonal or unmanifest, and then I will enter into this unmanifest again, they are fools. And this is more or less what Advaitavadis think. But Kṛṣṇa actually negates that. He says, Avyakta kshara iti yuktas. Oh, sorry, I'm mixing up all the verses today. Avyakta vyaktim apanam manyate mama buddhayaha. Parang bhavama chanoto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Look how mama. Yeah. So where it says avyakta vyaktim apanam, those who think that I as the vyakta, the manifest, come from an avyakta, something unmanifest, and they don't understand my supreme nature, they have no understanding. So Kṛṣṇa is quite clear, and so all the Vaishnavacharyas quite strongly emphasize and echo this point. Yeah. And actually, even if you read Shankaracharya's commentary to Bhagavad-gītā, he is not negating it so much. He's not negating it so much, right? In one sense, Shankara was a hidden Vaishnava. Why was he was writing so many wonderful prayers, even to the Jagannath Ashtakam, It was written by Shankaracharya. How is this possible? Such a devotional text. No? This for Kadachit Kalindi Tata Vipina Sankita Ravu. No? This song. Yeah, when he sings about Jagannath. Anyway, so this is the first very important point, that according to Bhagavad-gītā, according to Krishna's words, whatever you make out of it, but just don't misconstrue it, right? Yeah, if someone has an opposite opinion, no problem. The world is big enough, and you can write your own book or whatever, find your tradition, what reflects your understanding. But don't misinterpret Bhagavad-gītā. This is actually interesting. Yeah, Krishna says you can believe whatever you like, but don't say I said that what you wanna believe, right? But this is what many people do. So, and Srila Prabhupada, the commentator of this Bhagavad-gītā, made this point very strongly and said, yeah, this is very bad. This is very bad, because you cannot put something in the mouth of someone, right? You cannot put your opinion in the mouth of someone and say, oh, he said it. He's on my side. He said it. And especially Kṛṣṇa is a very reputable person, especially in India. He's a supreme person, it's Kṛṣṇa, Bhagavan, all that. So of course, every party wants Kṛṣṇa on his side and wants that Kṛṣṇa speaks that what I believe. No? But we should be actually very loyal and honest and see, okay, what is Kṛṣṇa really saying in the Bhagavad-gītā? What is he saying? These 700 verses. Of course, not all the 700 are spoken by him. As here now in the end, the last verses are spoken by Sanjaya. But this is a very important point. Huh? That Kṛṣṇa, as he's standing there on this battlefield, on this chariot, in front of Arjuna, who is seeking guidance from him, this entity, this human form, divine human form, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kṛṣṇa does not come out of anything. He was not something else before. He is the Purushottama, and he says that. Even in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, in the end, he says, I am the Supreme Person, and I'm celebrated throughout all the Vedic scriptures. Very nice verse, actually. So Kṛṣṇa, as he's standing there, is the Supreme Person, and wants to communicate this to us, which is very, very nice, actually. It's actually very nice that the Supreme is a person, because we are also persons. We are also persons. We have also personal interests. And all our personal interests, which we have now, which are getting more or less frustrated in the material world, can get fulfilled with Kṛṣṇa as the Supreme Person. Because there our personal interests and longings are fulfilled and are made true, so to say. They are made true. Then it's completely perfect and fine to be a person in such a divine reality. In this material world, it doesn't work. Kṛṣṇa says also this is not working. He says all the places in the material world, as wonderful as they might seem, are actually places dominated by suffering. He says, Aprama bhuvana loka puna vartinochana. From the highest planet in the universe, from the highest dimension, Brahma Loka, Satya Loka, down to the earth, all are places of suffering because we live in a material body. And we can try nowadays, there are many attempts made to extend your residence in this material body. You want to live as long as possible and stay as healthy as possible. And some people even, when they die, they let them put themselves into a fridge. Cryotechnique, huh? Cryotechnique. And then they say, please freeze me and wake me up when the technique is there to revive me, right? And there are a couple of very wealthy people who are now frozen in some cellar. I think one guy I recently heard, I don't know who it was, I must Google it. One very rich person who was frozen, there was a currency cut. There was Stromausfall. And he was not frozen for some hours, which was quite long, so he was shortly not frozen, so they say more or less it's useless to keep him frozen again. So it will not be possible to wake him up again. So, but what is all people, they try to extend, or they want to make the body as beautiful as possible. Even when they age, they get some wrinkles, and immediately they go to some doctor who can, take an iron and get out the wrinkles, something like that. I never tried, but yeah, there are different techniques now. Okay, not with an iron maybe, but with a laser technique or this and that. Yeah? So you want to stay as beautiful, as long as possible, beautiful, as long as possible, healthy and all that. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. We age. We lose our beauty. We become ugly. We kind of, decompose alive. Yeah, the body is not made for eternity. And the person who understands that can live very happily. Yes, it's temporary. Yes, I will die. So what? Nature's laws, normal. But the good answer, Kṛṣṇa says, you will keep on living. You will keep on living. You say, oh, really? Okay, so the iron works, so what? No, the soul will keep on living, not you. Oh no, not the body. Not the body. The soul, the real you, the real person. And so the Vedas, they say, Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Yeah? You're not German, you're not Jordanian. How do you say, called Jordanians? Jordanian, you're not Indian, sorry to say, even how nice it must be nowadays. Huh? We become new superpower. No, we were subjugated so many years, but now we rise to our true glory. We have also no men on the moon. I have men on the moon. We brought our kitri, sabji, masala to moon now. Very good. Not only burger, also masala on the moon. Yeah. So this nationalism is not good. Patriotism might be okay for some, okay, feel good, my nation is good, no? Nationalism is not so good. Like, oh, now I'm the best. India, very much best. China, not so good. Pakistan, very much not so good. Yeah? But there are no Pakistanis, there are no Indians, no Bangladeshis, there are no Nepalis, there are no Malaysians, this is all the body. The soul is different. And if you hate Pakistan too much, next life you become Pakistani. Maybe on the border. Not too much inside. Yeah, this is the point. We are not the body, we are spiritual souls. We are not man, not woman. We are not brahmachari, not sannyasi, not grihastha, this is all temporary. All temporary. So we should come to this realization, I'm a spiritual soul, I'm eternal. And I should try now to realize that, get self-realization. What is my true nature? And this is what is the teaching of Bhagavad-gītā. To understand, I am a soul and Kṛṣṇa is my best friend. Actually, I belong to Kṛṣṇa. I don't belong to this material world. And how can I connect with Kṛṣṇa? It's called bhakti. It's called bhakti yoga. It's bhakti yoga. Connection. Yoga means a connection. Through bhakti. Devotional service. So Kṛṣṇa explains this throughout the Bhagavad-gītā. Suridam sarva dehinam. Suridam sarva bhutanam. I am the friend of all living entities. The best friend of all living entities is Kṛṣṇa. It's your best friend. Even better friend than your wife. Or your husband, or your colleague, or whatever. Very good friends, yes. But Kṛṣṇa is the best friend. Even better. And we want to reciprocate. And this is why we chant Hare Krishna. This Hare Krishna mantra is very important. Because Kṛṣṇa does everything for us. Right? He made everything. He made the air. He made the lungs that we can breathe the air. He creates sun and moon for light and all that. Gives us eyes to see. Gives everything. And we are very ungrateful. We don't do anything for him. Today Kṛṣṇa was again so merciful to me. So merciful. So taking care of me. And give him everything what I need. And I? Thank you, Kṛṣṇa. I wait for the next gift. I'm sure you're merciful in future also. Huh? Nice gifts will come. No? But we should not be like that. We should be grateful and show our gratitude. So real culture means to keep this flow of receiving gifts from God, yes, but also showing gratitude. It's called yagya, right? You call it yagya. Sacrifice. You do something for God. And actually, in the beginning, we might only be motivated by that. Okay, I want to get things from Him, so I give also something, right? But with time, we will see that actually it's more satisfying to give than to get. So this is why there are some obligations for us to do something for Kṛṣṇa. So we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, this is why we study, we worship the deity. And also householders, when you are living at home, you should make your house a temple, a residency of God. You should understand, this house is not my house, it's Krishna's house. And the prime spot in your flat or house or mansion, whatever you have, yes, there's always a prime spot, should not be reserved for the TV. Normally it's the TV, isn't it? And in front of the TV is a big couch, right? And this is your God, This is your God. This is the highest, this is the best. The best place in my house is like where the TV is, and where I can enjoy the world. And I replace God, actually. The Bhagavad-gītā said this is a asuric mentality. It's called Ishvaroham Aham Bhogi. I am the controller, I am the enjoyer. But this is actually position of Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is the controller, and Kṛṣṇa is the enjoyer. So there where your TV is, what should be there actually? There should be a nice altar, nice deities of Radha Kṛṣṇa, Gornitai, and you should do some worship. And your TV, okay, somewhere in the corner you can. You have a smartphone, is enough, What do you need a 20-inch screen for what, It's too small, huh? 60! 120! Beamer, cinema! So that you can watch, in the best and newest Jordanian action movie. What is Hollywood, We have our own cinema. Are there Jordanian movies? Actors? Don't say, I don't know. We can watch our best, Best Bollywood, like this. Shah Rukh Khan. No Indian ladies here? You're like, oh yes, Shah Rukh Khan. So, we should watch Kṛṣṇa. Darshan, darshan. This means watching. This is the real watching. Watch the Lord. And be seen by the Lord. So because this will be very effective in the end. It said, Ante Narayana Smriti. Everyone has heard this. Ante Narayana Smriti. In the end, you should think about Narayan, about Vishnu, about Kṛṣṇa. And not Ante Shah Rukh Khan Smriti. Imagine, Some probably think this is the perfection, Shah Rukh Khan Samadhi. No, it's not so good. Okay, for those who don't know Shah Rukh Khan, maybe Brad Pitt, Ante, Brad Pitt, Smriti. It's not so good. But it will happen, if we are fans. Oh, this is my best, favorite actor. Because everything what we soak in now, consciously, it will stay. It will stay. And it keeps on living in us. Sometimes we experience this. Well, you meditate, you chant Hare Krishna, but then some old remembrance, old movies or old experiences come up and think, why, I want to think about Krishna, but suddenly this old movie is really going through my head. You're watching that, like the inner vision. You see all that. So that all that has to get purified. It takes some time, because life after life we were watching so many material things. Right? In this world or in cinema, wherever. And we are colored, we are manipulated, and we are misidentified, right? We identify so much with this body and all these past experiences. And when we hear you are not the body, your spiritual soul and all that, theoretically I can understand it. But practically I'm still this material identity. I really think I am the body, and these feelings belong to me, and this remembrance and this experience that I had, they belong to me, and this is very important somehow or other. It's very, very difficult to really distance yourself from false identification. Very difficult. I can test it, I can say. I think the worst country in whole Europe, I think, is Italy. These Italians, no, they're just weird. They're just weird, you know. Don't say it's true, because we have one Italian here. And you might say, wait a minute. No? So I can replace it with any country or any hometown or whatever. No? Now when someone says, men are just stupid. Every man says, wait a minute, what? Right? We are still on this bodily platform. There we can see it very clearly. But if you're transcendental and you're a soul, then you understand, yes, of course, any material identification is a limitation of myself. I'm way more. I'm more wonderful. I can experience so many more wonderful things. I'm a spiritual being. Yeah, and and there's really a distance between myself and my material identity. A big distance. But it takes time. No? With practice, with study, with understanding, with realization, with meditation, we more and more understand our spiritual identity. It's very, very nice. And all the drama stops. The drama. It's like you take the remote control and turn off. Oh! Like as a child, when you watch a horror movie and it becomes really intense, and you're so afraid, just turn off. Oh, okay, it's good. So we turn off Maya. You can turn off Maya. Everything good. Or you wake up from a bad dream. Who had never had this experience, to wake up from a bad dream? Everyone experienced it, right? And how do you feel when you wake up from a bad dream? Just a dream. I'm so happy it was only a dream. It was so real. It was so real. It was just a dream. And this is when we wake up from this material slumber where we are now. Actually, we are not dreaming. It's just a bad dream. And we'll wake up. Oh, I'm really not this body. I'm really not this mind. Actually, the body is not such a problem. The mind is the problem. What the mind is thinking, what is attracted to, where does its remembrance, it's actually crazy. We are all, I don't know, okay, but we are kind of crazy. Not just a little bit, very much so. No, don't worry, we are all here in the asylum. Actually. Yeah. Brahmachari Gummizelle. Shove him in, close the door. We are secure now from them. There's the brahmacharis. Yeah, actually, it's like this. Yeah? We are kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to identify with the body and act according to the body's needs all the time and the mind's needs all the time, right? I want to do this, I want to do that, I have to do this, that, and we run after the carrot like this donkey. We are misguided by this illusion, which is leading us to no good place. Or you're running after the smell like the dog. Right? When a dog it has he takes some smell, he runs after it, and where is it? This is how we run after our senses, after a sense experience. Yes, I want this, that. Wait a minute. What do I really want? Do I really want it? Do I have to do that now? Like when you're angry, sometimes you're angry and you say, oh, I have to do this now and you have to do something terrible now. But later on you say, oh, actually I didn't want to do that. But sometimes you're driven by it. Yeah. So a wise person can control all these urges. I don't do that. I will never be a slave to my senses. What is it? Kṛṣṇa says this also in Bhagavad-gītā in the 5th chapter. How is this verse going? Where he says, a wise person does not enjoy from the sources of misery, from the Quellen des Leids. Yeah, something with this. Na hi sangsparsha chaboga tu kayo na evate antavanta tu count. Adi antavanta. Na tesho ramate buddha. Buddha, intelligent person, does not take pleasure in the sources of misery. It's a nice saying, huh? A wise person does not take pleasure in the sources of misery. Makes sense. But for many people this does not make sense. And they smoke and they drink and they take drugs and they steal and they are aggressive and they do all kinds of stuff. They think this makes me happy. It's amazing. So it's the power of Maya. So through a very spiritual lifestyle, to listening to Kṛṣṇa, through meditating, chanting, we get more and more clear understanding. We can look through this illusion and become very happy. Right? A devotee is very happy without anything. Prabhupada says a devotee can sit peacefully at any place, just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Peacefully sit in any place, sit down and be happy. It's so wonderful. And it's true, isn't it? The nicest is when you chant Hare Krishna and you're absorbed and you are experiencing the pleasure of the holy name and you think, this can go on now forever. But we have to stop. Service, duties, work, right? So often, you think, oh, chanting is so nice actually, I would like to keep on chanting now. But then some service, or the program continues, or this and that. Yeah? But that's what it shall be. Actually, our chanting, we should come to the state where I think, oh, this is so nice, I don't want to stop. Yeah. So you're so satisfied, yeah? Okay, so Bhagavad-gītā, we're about to end. It's a wonderful journey. Let's see what we will do afterwards. And Bhagavad-gītā shall be our guidebook for life. Prabhupada said it should be our guidebook. You should know it very well. We study it, we learn it, we realize it, we absorb ourselves in the Bhagavad-gītā and reach, as Prabhupada says, the perfection of life through these instructions. Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Okay, any questions, anything to add? Any doubt, any challenge, any misunderstanding? What are you talking about? I heard something completely different. Huh? So if you don't say anything, then you agree? Yes? Okay, that's good. Very good. Okay. Then, have a nice evening. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. See you later. Hare Kṛṣṇa.